So I had a good friend who used to say sometimes you need a 2x4 right between your eyes, right? You can't see something, you're unaware, uh, you need to be woken up. So talk a little bit about awakenings. Have you experienced this in your journey?
Yeah, and let's like make sure we're understanding when we talk about awakening, not necessarily as like woke culture. Let's talk about what is an awakening. Awakening for me, my experience has been just being ignorant as and making a dent in the world, and maybe not necessarily a positive dent. Just like I'm a big guy, 220 pounds of muscle, walking down the street and knocking over things. Um, Without a care, just being ignorant. And they say ignorant is bliss. I don't think it was blissful. I just think I needed to be hit over the head with a 2x4. Multiple times. So multiple awakenings. And those 2x4s come when an aspect of your life maybe falls apart. Relationship. I was in a toxic relationship. Exiting that, it was a very, very challenging time in my life. I've had health scares. I've lost parents. I've lost financially, seen all my money dwindle and not being able to stop that spiral because of being overextended. Awakening happens in crisis. When crisis occurs, you can either try to find some type of self-soothing, self-coping or medication, right? Oh, you're depressed? Take some antidepressants. We've all done that. What that does is that just kind of blankets over the intelligence of this organism that you've got all this subconscious information that's trying to get to the surface. Anxiety, stress, something's trying to tell you like get out of the frying pan. Something's off. And so when we go through hard times, it's an opportunity to awaken to a different way of being in the world. Take the lens off that you've been looking at the world this whole time and go, this thing's fuzzy. It's got cracks in it. It's distorting things. I can see clear now. And so there have been times in my life when real transformation has occurred. And it just means that I've made a shift in the way I'm seeing things. So how I'm seeing things then changes my belief, my behavior start to modify, how I act, how I speak, and then how my reality, how I'm realizing things starts to change dramatically. Awakening is actually really uncomfortable. It's very painful. If you run into your first awakening, your second awakening, your third awakening, they're all different level of discomfort. It's kind of like you got a big checkup that just said you're full of shit. Like, don't buy this anymore. Like it's stinking up the place. And so when awakening occurs, I grew up Jewish. I in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and then I moved out to Boulder, Colorado. Became kind of like a Jubu. I started Buddhism and spent time in a monastery in Thailand. Loved meditating from 4 a.m. till 10 at night. Started reading some scriptures and those sorts of things. Started studying other religions. Being in Boulder, got into a lot of New Age stuff. So I spent time, everything from Indian sweat lodges to reading every spiritual metaphysical book and just trying different kinds of plant medicines, which all had profound impact in my life at the time. They were different forms of awakening. But along with these awakenings, there was work to be done. I mean, I had to go look internally at where my feelings were originating from, my stories were originating from, maybe some of the stories I'd inherited from parents and teachers and friends throughout the years. And I had to just discern, are these worth carrying forward anymore? You know, there's a saying, when you came out of a sweat lodge after sweating for about 4 hours, you go in and you leave all your shit at the door, and when you come out, you have a choice whether to pick it up. As you come out of like the mother's womb and you're birthed as a new version of yourself, you know, you're melted down from all the heat and the sweating. You know, it's a very hot, like a hot sauna for hours, and you feel very cleansed when you come out. So you don't want to put on that dirty suit. And so where in your life right now are you wearing a dirty suit? It's wrinkled, it hasn't been washed, hasn't been cleaned. What if there's a window right now that's closing if you don't pay attention today? Like, I'll put it off till tomorrow, next week, next month, when I have some more time to address these things. But what if it's in your face for a reason? Awakening is, I just became aware of something that needs my attention. I'm getting a rub from life. And it could be one of the most beautiful times in your life. One of the most painful and most beautiful life-giving forces coming through you. And you want to numb it out on your phone and smoke out, drink out, take meds to calm your system down for a bit so you can just numb out as you just not deal with things. Awakening is a time to deal with things, time to address things, time to go back to the drawing board, clean off your whiteboard, and start asking some better questions. Like, why do I keep doing these things? What's this about? What's wanting to happen here? What's life trying to teach me right now? I've often had this conversation asking myself, this thing I'm going through right now that happened to me that I don't feel like I created, or the thing that I deliberately went after to create. So if I deliberately decided to climb a scary mountain, it's confronting that, or it's, you know, someone dumped me and there's a disturbing feeling inside myself. It's like, okay, I gotta learn something right now. What do I need to learn? It's like sitting down with yourself like a parent and going like, all right, kid, I got your back, but we got to do something different here. Okay, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And are there alternatives? Because if you're the same person, you always hear this, like, you know, I'm a different person from when I was in my 20s. I'm a different person when I was in my 30s. Shit, if you're not a different person from who you were last year, or feeling like you're moving in a different direction from last month, you're resting on your laurels. You're not driving this thing. Life wants to conspire with you and help you create. But if you don't grab the wheel and start navigating the direction you need to go, you're just going to do a lot of busy work and tell everybody how busy you are. And the funny thing is, everybody feels the ick sensation around you. They know you're not addressing something. You're not dealing with it. And, you know, having a coach in your corner, well, that's like removing yourself from the yes people around you who don't want to upset you, because they know if they point it out or tell you, you're going to lose your shit. A coach is not afraid to. They're compassionate, non-judgmental, if they're good, and they're fierce with you, saying like, hey, I see you doing this thing. Why are you doing this? Is this the only option for you? And they're willing to like give you the hard no, so you can start saying yes to what you really want to say yes to.